Hi guys. So you guys remember when we were talking about how you could create your own desktop and sort of the goals of the project. Well, I figured I should just give you a little status update on this. So most of the news about the compiler and the desktop and all the technology is essentially taking place in the Quartex developer group. So you guys probably don't get as much updates as you should. So there we go, yeah. So I'm running this in a virtual machine, so it's a little bit slow, but let's have a look. So this is Delphi, by the way. The system you see here is Delphi, Embarcadero Delphi. Its companion application is C++ Builder, so it's a pretty standard development system. And I've used that to create this, which is the Quartex Pascal. And this is actually tailor-made for our purpose. You might remember that we used Smart Pascal or Smart Mobile Studio to create the initial desktop project, or the prototype, if you want to call it that. And we quickly realized that this is, it's not going to work because we exhausted all the features that Smart Mobile Studio had to give. At the same time, I left the company, so I had, the situation where, okay, I can continue and essentially fix, the problems and the challenges in Smart Mobile Studio, but I will do so for free, right? Because I wasn't an owner anymore. I wouldn't see any of the revenue, and when this project, the desktop and the development system takes off, I won't get a penny from that. So the conclusion was, okay, let's just roll our own. Let's make a new one. Uh, the compiler is open source. We can use that. I essentially need to make a new IDE and a new runtime library. So that's that's why it's taken a whole year to get this to sort of get back to where we left off. But yeah, let's create a new project. New project. And this is the new windowed application type. So on top here, you see we have some node.js. You can create a WebSocket server, UDP server, client, blah, blah, blah. We have a dynamic website. We have a tabbed dynamic. And the latest now is windowed. And this ties into the desktop system, of course. It's sort of this is sort of the beginning of re-implementing the desktop. But we're not going to re-implement it completely. We're going to copy over a ton of classes. So this is just if you want to create a windowed application using, the Amiga Windows, and essentially do whatever you like with it. So QTX project number 1. We only have one theme, which is the Amiga theme. And let's say this is my test project. Okay, create. And there we go. Now it cloned out from a template this project type. So we can go into the application entry point. Here we create the Windows application, the windowed, sorry, application model. Then we do some styling on the application display, and here we create a form. So let's compile and run that. Boom, there we go. So you can, populate this with whatever you like. You can load content, you can create widgets or custom control, visual controls. There's also a fair bit of styling, so your applications will look kind of like an OS4 application, which is pretty cool. So this is the bare bones, if you like. So right now, the application is the owner of this window. This is also the same that works on the desktop, except on the desktop we load in the application, and the application has a process object and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So I just figured you want to see, that, yeah, we are making progress. We haven't just, been fiddling around for a couple of years. There's some serious work being done, and it's only getting better. And the cool part now is that the way we're doing it is so that the technology is reusable. It's not just, locked into, the QTX desktop or something like that. You can use it to create your own applications, you can create routers, you can create websites, uh, you know, your pick. And we have, the full development system for it. So you can, write your own code. You have a form designer which is coming in now, so you can, do visual design. You can drag and drop stuff. Yeah, we have something like some pre-made visual controls, and the idea is that you can just grab a hold of that, drag it over, position it, hook up delegates or events like button on, click, and those types of things, and then you write the corresponding code for that event. So it's a fully functional development tool chain. So yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to show you this so that you do realize that this isn't vaporware, it hasn't vanished. It's just that we had to do, a little bit of tuning to make sure that, it's going to work the way it should. And also that you can use it for your own projects, which are, completely unrelated to the Amiga. Okay, have a good evening. Cheers.